myself it doesn't hurt. It's too much to fix with your touch. Won't even convince me with love. I just can't win or lose with you. So tell me, what do I do? I'm always locked up in my head, trying my best to forget what you said. It's only I know. Try to forget what you said.
Hey everybody, give me just a second. Gotta finish up with something. And yeah, Kim, sorry, I don't know why STFC commercials come on this channel. That seems kind of... Anyway. The internet. Meet bicycle for dub.
With your touch, won't even convince me with love. I just can't win or lose with you. So tell me, what do I do? I'm always locked up in my head, trying my best to forget what you said. It's only I know. Try to forget what you said.
All right, turning the tunes down. Welcome in. How are y'all doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. It's Camel Day, Hump Day. Hope you're doing really, really well. It is really weird to have STFC commercials come on an STFC channel. Like, I could understand like if this was like a Star Trek Timelines YouTube page, but algorithms be weird like that. Thief, great to see you. Intimidator, great to see you. Hope Mrs. Intimidator is doing well as well. It's great to see you both at the last live stream. And today, we're going to talk about things, right? We're going to talk about Galaxy Quest, obviously. I think it's impossible to not talk about the Galaxy Quest thing, which has, I mean, to say that it has mixed opinions is, well, it's a factual statement, but it's probably a little bit of an understatement. There's definitely been, it actually reminds me of when Lower Decks first came to the game a little bit, actually. Mateo, great to see you. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the possibilities of why. And what I mean by that is, you know, what could be the reasoning of why this is happening? You know, if you have never heard of Galaxy Quest, it's a movie from 1999 starring Tim Allen, Alan Rickman, Sigourney Weaver, you know, big names in Hollywood, especially for the 90s. I mean, even as a kid, I remember seeing Galaxy Quest. But it is, was made, obviously I said this in my video today, it was made inspired by Star Trek and is an homage to Star Trek. But at the same time, it is not Star Trek. So there's definitely going to be a sentiment among purists that only Trek should be in a Trek game. And I don't think that there's an opinion is wrong. I definitely don't think it's wrong. But I do think that there are also those who really enjoy it, and it's all over the place. Now, the first thing I want to open up with is something that I don't know if this is still in production. Let me be very clear. I don't know, but I do know Paramount. So for those that don't know, Paramount has a very heavy hand in the Star Trek games that do come out and exist. You know, when I got to work with Paradox and Nimble Giant when Star Trek Infinite was around, I've definitely heard that from them. I've heard it from working with Scopely. We've seen it with things like STO. Paramount is very, very heavily involved in their Star Trek games. Like they have their hand in the cookie jar and they micromanage. So we know that also in Star Trek Fleet Command, because they were the ones that kind of determined when and how Strange New World rolled out in terms of in the game. They controlled that. So this is a piece of news that happened sometime last year. I think it was around May of last year. And to be clear, I do not know if this is still ongoing, because obviously you have the Skydance purchase of Paramount, going through. So this could not even be something that is going to happen. But what I'm theorizing, what I'm conjecturing, and I am trying to make clear that we're just going to have an open discussion about the whys. It could be very possible that Paramount is using this as a platform for Galaxy Quest as they try to pursue a TV series. Now, Paramount Plus, in most intents and purposes, has been a failure as a streaming service. Yeah, April 18th. Thank you, Tiberius, for noting the date. But I did remember that this was happening. We ended up talking about it a little bit in the Discord yesterday. So Paramount could be part of the influence there. Now, in terms of what y'all think, based on what this little YouTube poll, it's the first time I've ever done a YouTube poll, but it's been 23 hours ago. 1.5 thousand people have participated, and y'all can see here that there's a lot of negativity surrounding the idea of bringing in Galaxy Quest. Now, I'll go ahead and just say this much. It is coming. Like there's nothing to stop Galaxy Quest. Like it is going to happen regardless of thoughts, opinions, etc. Not that I'm trying to tell anybody that your opinion is invalid. That's certainly not what I'm saying. I'm simply saying that Galaxy Quest is happening. And the statements that we make, and I made in the video yesterday, that there are other Star Trek things that can be explored. Prime example being Star Trek movies that I don't feel like have happened. But at the end of the day, I wonder the why. Because there's two paradigms to look at this from. One, we could say, well, Scopely just doesn't know their player base and they're doing whatever they think will earn money. And you know what? Maybe that's true. And the other side of that is maybe there are opinions, directives, etc. above them that influence the direction of where this game goes. So I don't have the answer to give you, but I do want to provide a little context and maybe things that we didn't know. And maybe y'all didn't know that they were working on this, if it's even still up. And again, you're going to have some who like it, some who dislike it, but it is happening. And then that comes down to, okay, well, what do we do with it? Now, I will go ahead and openly admit, I am a huge Galaxy Quest fan. Do I ever download a Star Trek game wanting to play Galaxy Quest? No, I'm not going to sit here on stream and pretend that I'm out there seeking Galaxy Quest content, but I loved the movie when it came out. But I'm also not gonna lie to y'all and be like, when I download Starfield, the mod I'm looking for is Galaxy Quest, and it's not. So I guess for some it's not gonna matter the why something's happened. Simply that it is happening, and then you have to kind of work from that. Well, in that case, we know it is beyond a doubt with the fact it is happening. So we will, in fact, be getting Galaxy Quest, and then it's operating around that. What is that going to look like? We know that Galaxy Quest itself, based on discussion, is going to be 40 plus content. But does that mean that all the content coming out for this upcoming month is 40 plus, right? So at the end of the day, we have what we have, and now we have to work through that and with that. Now, Hora says, I wonder what abilities the new officers will have. It's a great question. I will say that we discussed, surprising that the Mirror Universe seemed to be only 2 months. And again, this is a real grasp for straws here, ladies and gentlemen. But I mean, if you're going to bring in a crossover, it's got to be in some mirror timeline, mirror universe. This is technically like a multiverse thing. I don't know. Maybe Mirror's not done. This is, it's different. It's different. And I did show a couple of the officers in a preview little video yesterday. I'll put that back right up here so you can see Captain Taggart and Paul Rickman's characters. By Grapthar's hammer shall be avenged. And Aubrey says, where is the Orville? Which I think is a legitimate question. Now, another reason I brought up the fact that Paramount could be involved is the fact that Paramount has the rights to be involved. Whereas, correct me if I'm wrong, there is no rights for the Orville. right? They don't have that. But Paramount apparently has DreamWorks Galaxy Quest. So crossovers would have to be limited to Paramount titles and IPs. With Orville being owned by Disney, the House of Mouse, don't expect any Star Wars, don't expect any Orville, but I guess technically, as Brad points out, you got a Halo crossover potential. I'll be honest, Star Trek games, I would like to keep my crossovers limited. Now, I think that's keeping it nicely. I'd like to keep my crossovers limited, right? Robert says, there are a host of Paramount and non-Paramount IPs which could have shown way more consideration in respect to the fan base. Now, see, Robert, that one I'm not necessarily going to agree on because you can't get much more respectful and much more like Trek friendly than Galaxy Quest. Now, I'm not telling people to like it. Like, I'm not saying, hey, you should be happy that this is coming. But I absolutely can't say that this isn't a perfect example of an amazing homage to Star Trek and Star Trek fans. That's the entire premise of the movie. I think it is extremely well done. Some people might find it corny. That type of comedy is not for everybody. But I 100% believe it's a fantastic, homage to Star Trek and its fandom. And so did Patrick Stewart. And yes, Top Gun Star Trek crossover win. Yes, absolutely. So, yeah. Braiding, I'm really apologize if I'm butchering your name, says if they had to do a crossover, Galaxy Quest is a good choice. If they didn't have to do it, it wouldn't be. And that is something that, honestly, we're not going to get the answer to. Scopely's not going to come out and say, hey, Paramount told us to do this. So here we are in Conjecture Land on Rev's stream. I do think that Conjecture Land has some merit, though, because this is unusual. Either way, whether you like it or dislike it, it is unusual. So it's a discussion we're going to be having for the next week, probably month. It's going to happen. We're going to have this talk, right? So here we are, and I am truly curious about the reasoning. So Mike says just because both IPs are excellent does not mean they should cross over. And I get it. And this comes back to like the kind of the early point of the stream today. Is this a Paramount decision, or is this somebody literally at Scopely was like, hey, I love Galaxy Quest, we're putting it in the game? I don't have that answer. I would say everything that enters into this game, and I can say this part with a fact, everything that enters into this game has to be approved by Paramount. Every officer, every ship, all of it has been approved by Paramount. They micromanage everything. So Paramount approved it. I don't know if it was their idea, but everything that happens in here gets approved. Anytime that they're going to run certain characters, anytime they're going to add ships, all that goes by Paramount. So I don't know who was the initial point there, but either way, Paramount definitely involved with the decision making. So again, we kind of have like it or love it. Here we are, and we're going to operate through it together. So wouldn't mind it so much if it was open to all levels and not limited to 40 plus content. That is a good point, David. And I will say this. I don't think I'll get in trouble for it, but if I do, well, it wouldn't be the first time. There is content coming out throughout the rest of the year that is not limited to 40 plus. Now, we know that Galaxy Quest, whatever that is, we know that the Galaxy Quest specific stuff is limited. However, I do want to point out that things have come out in the game during months that had 40 plus content that still gave things to all players, whether it be a specialty building like we have these over here or whatever. So I can tell you that if you're below level 40, there is content coming for you this year. We'll see how much. He says, does Paramount have a sponsored employee to understand the game they're micromanaging? I don't have the answer to that question. All I know is that they do have a heavy hand in how their IPs run. And let's also say this. Can I be honest? Paramount doesn't watch my content that I know of. So maybe I can say this without worrying about getting in trouble. I don't think Paramount has got a great history the past few years in decision making. And that's not a Star Trek thing. That's a Paramount thing. So it's quite possible that it's a bad decision by Paramount, just because Paramount doesn't always make great decisions. That is a legitimate, I don't know why I keep selecting the wrong ship. That's a legitimate thought. I don't work for them. They don't watch my content. I don't think I'm going to get in trouble if I say that. I don't think Paramount's made great decisions in the past 5-10 years. I think they've made some pretty silly decisions, to put it politely. But either way, here we are. And I do think that Paramount is more involved in this than I think we would initially think. And I'm not trying to like pass the buck and say that Scopely never should be blamed for anything. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm simply saying that context is really important. And with it being so odd, like feeling so out of left field, my point is there has to be more going on behind the scenes that we're simply not going to be privy to, that they're not going to say publicly. That's my personal thought, and that's the discussion we're having today. So, any chance Galaxy Quest uses old currency? Otherwise, we'll get a new one to upgrade their crew and their ship, as they have their own hostile, so that within itself means a new hostile grind. So, Ron, all I can say is I can't answer that question because I would be telling you content that's coming. So, there you go. I can't answer that question. I honestly can't tell you that question in either direction because I would be answering things. I'd be giving things away, and I can't do that. So that's your answer. Take that for what it is. I'm gonna route up here, and I gotta go grind a little bit while we're talking. I say I wouldn't mind all that much if it was just cosmetics, events, and officers. My biggest concern is that it becomes another core game play loop. Well, be concerned. So, can we give them a little credit for previewing content this far in advance? Or does any positive comment make me a shield? I will not shame anybody for being positive. Just like Thief came in and is excited for this. I'll tell y'all now. I'm excited for Galaxy Quest because I like Galaxy Quest. I don't expect anybody else to be excited for it. I completely know and understand and expected a majority of the player base to not be happy about this. I personally love Galaxy Quest, and I'll give you the short reason why. When I was growing up as a kid, when Galaxy Quest came out, I was 9 years old. And I remember watching it with my biological father. And it was amazing. And I loved it. And it was like Star Trek, but fun and funny. And at the time, there wasn't really that much funny type Star Trek available. I loved Galaxy Quest. So I have nostalgia behind me being like, you know what? I can live with this. Like, I can be happy with it. I don't expect everybody to share that experience. Now, Just Bomb says, what is Galaxy Quest? Galaxy Quest is a movie from 1999 starring Tim Allen, Alan Rickman, and Sigourney Weaver that was made as like a parody / homage to Star Trek. So, I wonder if I could get a Paramount rep to allow me to stream it on my Discord for those who haven't seen it. But anyway, it is, in my opinion, a very good movie. I love it, but I also love those style of movies. Think of how Spaceballs is to Star Wars. That's what Galaxy Quest is to Star Trek. Now, Madam Stargazer says it's a really stupid movie. I love it, but I also understand that it is made to be a little bit stupid. So it's made to be that because it is an intentional parody. So again, I have personal nostalgia for why I'm like, I wouldn't, like, y'all have heard me pitch ideas. Oh, you're saying it's really stupid as in it's really funny. Gotcha. Y'all have heard me pitch ideas, and every idea y'all have heard me pitch, including directly to Scopely, like when we did on Save the Game, I've always pitched things like my Wrath of Khan idea. I've also pitched bringing in the USS Vengeance from the Kelvin movies. I've pitched many things to Star Trek, and never once have I pitched Galaxy Quest, Star Wars, etc. So it's not like I'm over here just, being the brainchild behind this. But I do have some nostalgia that makes me go, okay. But I completely get, I don't expect everybody to share that opinion. So I don't want anybody to get hyped based on what I'm saying. I simply want to encourage conversation. And I'm just telling it like it is. I'm acknowledging the truth. The truth is that, at least in my community, in the past 24 hours of y'all coming onto my YouTube channel, most of y'all aren't excited. I'm not going to hide that. And I'm certainly not going to hide it from Scopely. If Scopely asks what my community thinks, I'm going to show them. I'm going to tell them. Which, by the way, if y'all are curious where this is, if you didn't do it, if you just go to my YouTube channel and hit the community button, there's a poll that we put out. It's a newish feature that I've not really used before. But I figured I'd try it. I didn't want to make y'all go through a whole Google Drive again. So I just did a quick poll and let y'all do it here. So there you go. if you want to watch the Galaxy Quest movie, I would encourage it. I think it's a funny, hilarious homage. If you didn't see yesterday's video, here's, Patrick Stewart's quote on the movie. Yes, it's a real quote. He genuinely enjoyed it, as did Jonathan Frakes. But again, I don't want to hype this up. I do think there's a lot of things that help. Most of the people who watch this channel are probably not going to apply to it because a lot of it is 40 plus. But it is here. And I'm going to continue to field y'all's comments and questions because I think somebody needs to hear y'all. I really do. I think the player base now more than ever feels like they're not being heard. And even if you're only getting heard by me so that I can relay that information, I want to make sure that you're heard. Jolly says, I will say adding Galaxy Quest stuff is weird, but I don't play the game, so who knows? Fair enough, Jolly Roger. Fair. So Cyber says, I returned from a 2-year hiatus. I see good things. Is it easier to catch up? I would say that it'll never be easier to catch up in STFC necessarily because they're always adding new content. But I would say this, compared to 2 years ago, the game is better. It all comes down to how you play. If you play a slower gameplay where you simply focus on the content at your level, I think it is a better, more fulfilling experience. If you're a player who simply wants to play the latest content that's being released each month, no, you're not catching up. But it depends on what your goals are. And I've worked with a lot of players, and most players aren't really trying to keep up with all the latest content, even though they do get frustrated that content doesn't always come out directly for them. They're not rushing for the sake of content. They're enjoying the Star Trek game for what it is, which in this case is Star Trek game +1. Star Trek game +1. Yeah, I do appreciate you, Jolly Roger. You can see I'm wearing the hat. I'm waiting for the Saints season. Let's say, will the new ship only be viable for one hostile like the last few ships? That would require me confirming there's a new ship coming, Bruce, and I can't do that. So, T says, while I would really enjoy Wrath of Khan art, Galaxy Quest I find to be a neat one, or just to add some spice and laugh in the game similar to the Lower Decks art. I think the only rebuttal you're going to find with that, T, is that Lower Decks is Star Trek. Like, that Lower Decks is Star Trek canon. And in my opinion, some of the best Star Trek to ever happen. But I do get what you're saying, and I do think that bringing in levity and fun should be the point of gaming. But at the same time, I don't want to, push aside the very real opinions of the purists of Trek out there who aren't happy. Okay. They showed the new ship in the video. They showed a screenshot of a ship. So, I'm being very careful with what I say. So, it's okay, T. The next is, I quite like Prodigy, and I'm sad that we still don't have it in the game. I know it's from a different producer, but still. I mean, it's still owned by Paramount, right? Like, they sold the rights to show it to Netflix. But Paramount still owns Prodigy, and in my opinion, Prodigy should come into the game. If y'all have not watched Prodigy Season 2, it is on Netflix, and it's very good Trek. I do understand and realize that it is aimed more towards preteens and teens, but that doesn't mean that adults can't enjoy it. I truly do think that it is a good show if you're wanting to watch more Trek. And it's on Netflix, because not everybody has Paramount Plus, but most people have Netflix. Most people have Netflix. What would the Prodigy ship look like in STFC? Well, if you've never seen the Protostar, I'll pull it up for you. If you've never seen the Protostar, this is what it looks like. 1 second. Boop. This is the Protostar from Prodigy, which I think is a really neat ship. And again, if you haven't watched the series, 100% strongly recommend it. I don't know if scroll too far because I definitely don't want to throw out any spoilers because a lot of people haven't seen it yet. But both seasons are now on Netflix and would encourage y'all to check it out. I always love supporting what I believe is good Trek, and I think Prodigy is good Trek. I think Prodigy is really good Trek. So, only ship in Galaxy Quest is the Protector with beryllium core that breaks. So there technically are two ships in Galaxy Quest. You have the NSCA Protector, which is actually Registry NTE, not the Enterprise, which I love. But you also have the bad guy ship in the show as well, which I don't remember the name of the bad guy ship, if it was ever even named. I'm sure it was, but my Galaxy Quest knowledge is not as pure and diehard as my Star Trek knowledge. If anybody in chat has that Googled, feel free to jump it in. But there are technically two ships, and if you remember, there was even the world of the alien species that abducted the actors. You had all that. So there, I mean, depending on how deep they want to get into Galaxy Quest lore, it does have lore. And it also has Sigourney Weaver. which who doesn't love Sigourney Weaver? So Cyburn says, I've seen the series. That's why I asked. Sorry, I meant the shipability. Well, I think the shipability, if you've watched Galaxy Quest, I think the shipability can only really be one thing in terms of the name of it. Now, what that ability does, we'll have to wait and see. But if y'all remember, the ability has got to be the Omega-13, right? Right? It has to be the Omega-13. That's the only option. Now, if you've never seen Galaxy Quest, I don't expect you to understand the reference. But if you watch it, you'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. See, if they don't name it the Omega-13, well, that's just an L. That's just Scopely catching an L. It's got to be the Omega-13. Now, what that does, wait and see. Right? Wait and see. I don't want to tell everybody what it does in the movie because, again, I do realize that it's 25 years. Like, this is the 25-year anniversary of Galaxy Quest. Long time since it's been around, right? Since it's been out. But I'm learning a lot in the past 24 hours that people don't know or haven't seen the movie. So I want to give everybody the opportunity. In fact, we might have a movie night where we watch it together if anybody's interested in joining in that. And that isn't to build up hype. That's just to show y'all what I believe is a good movie. So yeah, we'll think about it. But point being, that would have to be the name of it. And the NCA Protector, NSEA, because words are hard. There you go. There's the graphic with the ship. That's the bad guy from the movie. Apparently, he's going to be allied with the Klingons if we're going by this picture meaning anything. So I've actually seen a different version of this picture they haven't released that has like the different officers in front of the ship. When they did this, when they made sure to show the ship, this is the NSEA Protector. And then that's your bad guy, who apparently is allied with the Klingons. So I'm just happy you're keeping it real. Thanks for being you and all you do. Of course, y'all know me. I'm never going to overhype something for the sake of overhyping. I'm going to try to be respectful and neutral how I approach it. I'll give you my opinion and let people figure things out for themselves, right? There are people who are excited about the funness of this, and there's also a very large portion of the community who are upset. And I think that no matter which side of that you're on, which direction you're in, you're valid. Like yes, you're right. No matter what, you're right. And there are people who enjoy crossovers. I've been playing the game Starfield again. You know what I have in my Starfield game? Stormtroopers. It has nothing to do with Star Wars, but I've crossed them over because I enjoy that. So we'll see if people enjoy it. I think at the end of the day, and the point I made in yesterday's video, the main point is the content going to be good? If the content's good, if it improves the game, then I don't really think people are going to mind that it's Galaxy Quest. And I could be completely wrong. Y'all could tell me if I'm wrong. I think that if the content is good, like it actually improves the game, people won't care as much. But if the content is bad, people will be upset and angry, which is fair. Joshua says it won't be good. Totally fair. M3 says non-Trek will inherently not improve a Trek game. You say that as if Star Trek inherently improves our Trek game. Not trying to be the negative Nancy. I'm just saying. Yeah. Just saying. By the way, somebody said if there was a Battlestar Galactica game, would you promote it? Yes. In fact, if you follow on stream, one of my favorite games that's come out in the past 5 years, if you're into strategy games, is a game called Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. It's on Steam if you want to check it out. Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. It's a turn-based fight game. I really like it. It's fun. If you like the Battlestar Galactica universe, it takes place before the Galactica series in the first, I think, right at the first Cylon. And anyway, y'all can check it out if you want to. Good game. Good game. I'm trying to grind here and getting distracted. Dang it. Now my buff is out, so I might die. So he says, just want to ask you something not related to XR, but for your gameplay, do you save your loyalty tokens for 51s or do you spend them regularly? So because I have now hit the button to go 51, I am saving treasuries and loyalty tokens to give me 5-star when I get up there. So Brigadier Zone says Galaxy Quest has its own gaming content. Why push it onto other gaming content? Again, I think this is conjecture, but the reason I believe is Paramount. That's why I think. I personally don't think that, you know, Obsidian Hamster just sat up there at Scopely and went, we're adding Galaxy Quest. We're doing it. Everything that comes into Star Trek Fleet Command has to be approved by Paramount. And sometimes their ideas are Paramount ideas, like Strange New Worlds was. So I tend to lean towards this as Paramount. Now, I'm not saying that in a way of I want y'all to agree or say this is a good idea, anything. I'm simply giving my conjecture of why I think it's happening. And that's why I think it's happening. I think it's happening because of Paramount. Whether it works or not is going to be completely up to the player base. Not enough content to make Galaxy Quest its own franchise. It could be, but not right now. But there is enough to make it its own arc, right? Because here we are. So, he was too hungry for like quesadillas. Yes, sadly, Tiberius. He needs more quesadillas. So, you pray to the Sky Daddy this fails epically. I'll say this. Now, this might be me being biased. I never pray for Star Trek content to fail. Because at the end of the day, I want people to enjoy this game. And for the what seems to be minority of people who will look forward to Galaxy Quest, I want them to have good content. I don't think this means that you're getting Galaxy Quest 8 times a year. What I believe is going to happen is this is a one-off. You've got it one time, and there it is, and then you're done. You've got Galaxy Quest. I don't think you're about to see Galaxy Quest for the foreseeable future. So I will never ask for like or want anything in Star Trek Fleet Command to fail. Why? Because I feel like things fail enough on their own. So I'm not going to pray for something to fail. I'm going to hope everything's good. I'm going to try to hope that things work out. But I also will always give an honest opinion of what people believe. And if people don't like something or if people don't enjoy something, I want to make sure Scopely knows. I feel like that's my job. So, Tau currently has no sourcing. That is correct. Sideburn. Nathan says, I think it's a joke given there's so much Trek left to go before they need to look at other IPs. They had to do it. Why not a mini arc like 1 week and then a normal Star Trek arc after? Trying to answer that question while skirting around an NDA. Let's just say what they have planned could not be done in a week. I'll just put it that way. And again, I want to reiterate this point. I am not telling anybody to agree or disagree or like or dislike. I'm simply trying to give y'all context because I believe players deserve more context than they get. I don't believe Scopely as a company is a very transparent company. I don't believe that. That's not meant to be an insult. It's just the truth. I don't believe they're very transparent. So I try to add in context. And part of the context that often gets forgotten is that Paramount is very heavily involved in Star Trek games. So, like Matt Hatter says, so it's a money grab. I don't think it is. Do I think that they're going to try to make money with it? Absolutely. But like, there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to try to make money. Duh. Let's not be silly here. Everything's a cash grab. But do I think that there was like some higher up discussion of like what's going to make money in Star Trek Fleet Command, Galaxy Quest? I don't think that's how that worked. I don't think that's how that happened. Is the game going to try to make money off this? Oh, absolutely. I've already seen some of the stuff they're trying to do. That's not in question, y'all. That's not in question. But was this like an intentional, we're in the conference room and they're like, you know what we need? We need more money. How do we get it? Galaxy Quest. I can say with a lot of confidence that is not how this went down. But maybe I'm wrong. Also, I want to say thank you to Ryan who just sent me $5 in Venmo to support my family. Thank you so much for supporting me and my kids. It means the world to me. Thank you for supporting us. You're incredible. Appreciate it. We'll add it to the list up top. Just got the buzz on my phone. Thank you so much for that. So, we need more loot. Agreed. I had a conversation where I sat down Obsidian Hamster, and I say sat down as if he was in trouble, but you know what? He kind of was. And I sat him down and I actually went through every reason why the event store is. Okay, I'll put it this way. I don't think the event store is worse. The currency is way worse. And I went through the whys. The ticket system changing is a why. This battle pass having no currency in it is a why. There are actually less events paying out currency this month than in previous months is a why. I went through all these reasons why this month is struggling and has negative sentiment, and I told him the company needs to understand what event stores are. They are a catch-up mechanic. They are supposed to be there to allow free-to-play and regular players to catch up in the game for things that they have missed out on. And to dangle a very tasty carrot, because I don't have 180,000 event store currency, to dangle a tasty carrot and then not allow that to be gotten is messed up. So we actually had a conversation for an hour and a half. We went through an hour and a half conversation about the event stores, their purpose, all that other stuff. And all I can say is he heard it, and I will continue to send it to anybody who will listen. So anything that will listen. I promise I am. I'm assuming you announced no Incursion. I haven't, because we've been talking about other things, but yes, here's your official tell. Scopely came out this morning and said, well, not this morning, it's afternoon for me, but if you're in California, it's morning. Scopely said no Incursions this month. I'll actually read out the official announcement to you. We'll be postponing Incursion this month to allow us more time to investigate the performance reports from the last run. Now the question is, are they going to allow, you know what, I'll ask this now. Hey, thanks for the prompt Incursions announcement. However, will the store still be active plus loot given as players need it to source officers, FCs, and all right. Are you also aware of TC points scoring issues from yesterday, as in no scoring? I and a few others from my alliance received none after joining TC capture for TC afternoon. So Brigadier Jones actually did not get one of those reports. Now, I will say this, Brigadier Jones. My day was inundated with Galaxy Quest. So if something got passed, I just might not have seen it. But to give you an example of like how, I don't want to use the word volatile, but I don't know what a better word to use. With how volatile yesterday was, my video I put out yesterday about Galaxy Quest has not even been out 24 hours. Over 12,000 people have watched it, and over 600 comments have been made. And then I put out a poll that's got over 1,600 players that participated in less than 24 hours. My DMs, my Facebook, my YouTube has been blown up about one topic. So I did not see anything TC related. If you remind me, I will go check after in our dev channel and see. I can go follow up on that. I personally missed it if that happened. My alliance is not doing a territory yesterday, or did not do a territory yesterday, so it didn't affect me personally, so I didn't see it, and I just got inundated with Galaxy Quest comments. So if that is still an ongoing issue, or if it was an issue and fixed, I will get that to you. Thank you, by the way, for supporting the channel. Are these Galaxy Quest officers PvP based or PvE, or a little bit of both? Oh man. I can tell you this, you just had a run of a brand new PvP set. There you go. They put up the wrong event, it's fixed now. Now, okay, meme, that happened, I did know about, where they put up the wrong season pass event, but that's not what Brigadier Jones was referring to, I believe. Or maybe it was. But you're all right that they had put up the wrong event and they had to relaunch the Trailblazer event. So. If they want to sell more packs and lower the prices, they'll sell more. They'd sell more prey, but likely make less money. But that is where we are. You know, they have lowered some of the price points for early entry, but the top price point stays the big price point. I'm gonna go ahead and do my refinery real quick because I don't want to forget about it. Main thing I was doing is I was making sure I had enough to do this double pull, thanks to the cheese crew. Do I need an adult? Always. We always need adults. All right, there we go. And this may have finally given me what I needed. 1 second, let me see. Can I finally take the opportunity chips to the next tier? Please tell me I can. I can! Opportunity chip boost level 5. Click it! Oh, that does not leave me a lot of epics. Does not leave me a lot of epics. But, opportunity chip maxed out. Opportunity chip maxed out. Hey! That's good. I maxed it. It took a while. And that will reset my refinery, which will hopefully give me a little bit more goodies. Here we go. Now my pool is 1.2. Here we go. Click. And let's risk it, no biscuit. Let's risk it, no biscuit. We'll do 200 risk it, no biscuits. And not great. And let's do it for the guaranteed. All right. Finally. Finally. Finally, I've maxed that out. That's good. Now I just got to tear up the NX01 to make it better. All right, let me go through all my pulls and get back to questions. Does transport drive for cube a base increase 350 or increase of current hull? Base. Base, Elvin. It's just it's an additive like everything else is. I go cheese some 40. I'm already cheesing them, Tiberius. What do you mean? That's what I've been doing the past 30 minutes. What you been watching? That's what I've been doing the past 30 minutes. Was cheesing those. Also, that I could finally get that maxed out. And Nurse Chapel. Dang it. I'm literally 2 away from the next tier of Nurse Chapel. I promise I won't see a Nurse Chapel for a month. For a month. All right. But, yeah. Since they already told us about Galaxy Quest ship, can you tell us what it's going to specialize in? I cannot tell you anything like that, Joe. No. Is the territory pass worth the money? If you finish it, is it a good value? Sure. If you finish it. But you got to finish it. Gotta finish it. Don't have Thiep? I have Thiep, and I love Thiep. I have Thiep and love it. You know if the Section 31 wave defense favors were ever confirmed to also work in the mirror waves? They were, BPP. This is another example of why I push the Discord so much. I know it annoys some people. I get that. Please know that I love you. But I did announce that in the Discord. Let me actually pull it up to show you because there was a couple of other updates with that. Because that wasn't the only update. Here, let me grab this and blah, 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 bloop. There we go. So right here, all research that affects the mirror universe hostiles works in wave defense unless explicitly stated otherwise. So like your mirror research, mirror universe research tree for mirror hostiles works in mirror waves. All research that works for wave defense should only work in wave defense encounters, new and old. So all Section 31 building and favors increase your performance in regular and mirror universe waves. So we pushed that out probably about 2 weeks ago with a conversation with game design. So yes, indeedy, we try to make sure that y'all get all the info that you need as much as I can. Now, if you don't use Discord, you're more than welcome to ask here. Just making sure people know there is a place they can go to ask said questions. So. All right, Stormtrooper, you have a great day. Good seeing you, by the way. Can we get another dock for support chips like this? I am hoping and pushing for, oh, finally, the RNG got me. Pushing for an extra dock to get added in like the FC slot has got added in. That is part of something I'm pushing for. Is MU crew required for MU waves? No, mad. The MU crew is a PvP crew. You would not actually want to use those in waves. You would not want to use those in waves. All right. Base rating to Steel Sigma is such a painful process. It is forgotten because you got to get through all the regular stuff first, right? It is a painful, long process. It is. Just want your alliance to laugh at you. Maybe that turns. Look, I don't want anybody to get laughed at unless you're laughing at me, and that's acceptable. It is okay to laugh at a content creator. I am here to be laughed at. I'm here to inform you and entertain you. Sometimes that's laughing at me, not with me. So, yeah. All right, let's swap this back around, put my regular cruise back on so we can go back and do the rest of our dailies in the land of 5 million clicks. I go put that up there, done, and then get our Tribune back up. I love my Tribune. I'm so glad I got the Tribune. I have no regrets on getting a Tribune. I also need to go finish my refinery. We're laughing with you. Well, thank you. But whether it's with me or at me, I'm just glad y'all are here, and I just want y'all to know I appreciate you. Every single one of you, except Mateo. Haha, suck it, Mateo. All right. Thanks for all you do in your clicks, Gabe. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. Laughing at Rev is not only acceptable, it's encouraged. You're right, Sherlock. It is. Good to see you, by the way. Hope you and the missus and the kids are doing well. The reason I asked is Mirror Universe Esri below decks increase my Mirror Universe hostile kills. So below deck abilities are always, you know, below deck abilities. And if you have a good one that can be effective, absolutely. So I did pick up Mirror Universe Esri because I have the battle pass. So I was able to get enough of the tokens to get Esri. I don't have Troy, so I'm not going to get Troy, but I do have Esri. I actually haven't even leveled her up. I got Esri as I told y'all I would because, well, growing up, childhood crush on Esri. So y'all just suck it up. That's my logic. That's my reasoning. But below deck ability, clean it up. On the round start against players with Assimilate, increases your kinetic weapon damage. This should not work in Mirror Universe. Shouldn't. But if there's something broken where you have Assimilate and it worked, okay. Enjoy your unintentional feature. I won't snitch if you don't snitch. But that shouldn't work. Like, that shouldn't change anything. Wait, that wasn't below decks. You're right. That wasn't. That's an officer ability. There is no below decks ability for Esri. Thank you, Adam, for the catch. There is no below decks ability for either one of these. These are captains and officers. There's not an officer's ability. Yeah, so putting Mirror Esri below deck shouldn't have done anything. But if she was an officer, it shouldn't have done anything. Like, this shouldn't have done anything up top. See, Erwin, this is exactly why we laugh at Rev. But this shouldn't have done anything if she was an officer or below decks. In no way should she have affected your performance in Mirror Waves. But I am glad that you're doing better. That just shouldn't be the reason why. I'm gonna go ahead and claim all my buttons real quick. Definitely gonna need more Forbidden Tier Up Catalyst. Definitely always need more Emblems of Assessment and our Ferengi Whip. Another thing that I'm fighting to get free-to-play pass sourcing on. And can't do a full pull of that. No one in my alliance has Armada Control Center. Do I have to buy the pack to build one? So Vodka, you can get the materials by running armadas. If you're on like a brand new server and nobody in your alliance has it, there does tend to need to be that one person who does make the initial purchase. The other option is for somebody to jump into another alliance real quick that does have armadas, participate enough in to build the building, and then jump back home. If you don't want to spend money. Random thought, Picard having captain's ability and not below deck one of the worst theming things in the game is Tapestry Picard. Fair, Andy. And smile, not laugh. It's okay, or what? I missed one or two event store SMSs before today's event. I'm at 67,000. So the event store amount for free to play is currently at, I'll pull it up. If you're level 40 and above, the amount of currency you could have earned so far is 135,000. I'm sorry. 115,000 so far. Pure free to play, only counting SMSs. So that's pure free to play, only counting SMSs. Which is low. Which is definitely low. All right, got those. Yay. And we'll pull this. Yay. Now, sadly, none of those will auto-convert, annoyingly. I can go do my amalgam pull. Let me get through all these, because now I've got all these heckin' things. Miss that free-to-play number, would you say? Currently 115,000 just SMSs, Heath Gleason, as of today. Gosh, it's so annoying that they don't have these automatically convert. It is so annoying that they did not automatically convert these. Oh, Scopely. Heath, I don't know what you want me to tell you, man. I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, you're just venting at this point. I don't know what you want me to say, Heath. Shouldn't they be able to source some directors from the Alliance store? You need the building for all of that, Adam. You need the building. You need the building. Valhalla, thank you. I'm doing okay today. I'm doing okay. How are you? How are you? All right, let's get our Syndicate XP, get this in. I agree, they need sliders for everything. Everything in this game should have a slider. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Is Mirror Universe Kira or Ezri better to pair with Data and Picard? So the tricky thing with Mirror Kira is her percentage as an officer is so low. She needs to be tiered for you to notice on most ships an increase in shots. So you'd want to go with Ezri, instead of her. If you have tiered her, in whatever way you've managed to do that, Mirror Universe Kira would be the better option long term. But in the short term, Ezri is going to be better just because the percentage from Kira is not very big. Still recovering from COVID? I'm glad you're recovering. I'm glad, because COVID is no joke. COVID is absolutely no joke. So I'm happy to hear that you're doing better. Should I go do more of these? Nah, I'll just do a single pull. I'll just do a single pull. Got 8 Borg Queenies, 5 Dazoks, and 400,000 charged nanoprobes. All right, let's keep it moving. I go click through all these. Pieces, I'm at 177,000 free to play. Yes, that would include ALBs, SLBs, etc. The SMSs have only done 115,000 so far, Pete. But that's just going by the SMSs. If you've done any level of leaderboards or whatever, then you'll probably have more. If so, when you're going to push the button, I've already pushed the button. I've already pushed the button, Gratificated. I just haven't actually turned 51. But the button has been pressed. That's the 455-day timer that's currently counting down on my building. It'll take a long time. I don't know when I'm going to speed it up, but the button has been pressed. All right, don't have enough for that. Let's do our syndicate claim. Gotta wait 6 hours for that. Wait 6 hours for those. Anything I can spend rares on that I need? I'll do energy wave just because I've got rares. Do the energy wave. Should I do efficient recycling? I mean, I do believe in ABS, always be scrapping. Do another rep one. And I'll always be scrapping. I've got like 8,000 rares still. So if you're wondering why I'm just blowing through them, that would be why. That would be why. Oh, let's see. Commander's Prerogative is another solid one. Joe, I've actually already asked for that and got told no. I already did ask for that and got told no. So. And yeah, I'll save the rest for my turn-ins in a little bit. I've seen the shot improvement from Kira using small ships like Saladin to punch up. Yeah, David, if you can get more, obviously more is more, but it's the percentage and how they do their truncation and rounding. And at her very, very low tier, tier 1, depending on the ship you're on, you might not notice any actual change or improvement. Some ships will. It just depends on what you're using. So let me go ahead and collect all these because I need all my parts, all my things. I'm going to reduce the grind for a max tier Voyager. The grind is insane. I mean, discussions can be had, I guess. Battle Cry, good to see you. Good to see you. And let's see, when will I turn 51? Have not decided. I'm just going to pull a baby one here. But apparently need to do more solo armadas later today. The regular solos. And Rogue. I need to go do more Rogue. Which will be tomorrow. So. Tier 12 Voyager is a grind to get the biotoxins, my resource for even a 1 chest pull average. Yeah, it gets rough as you get up there. It does. Where's the TOS Bird of Prey Tribune skin? So you're talking about the Augur. That is going to be in the Amalgam store. I'll show it to you in just a second. Let me just get through all these clicks. Let me just finish clicking. Will they do Orville next? No. No. Because Orville is not owned by Paramount. All right, let me go over here. All right, let me go show you where that skin's at. So to find that skin, what's this buzz? Oh man, I just broke everything. Thankfully nothing broke. I've been bad. My phone buzz, make sure it wasn't something important. Just people messaging me on Facebook. Also, thank you to BPP. You know which one you're getting. So we actually bought, thank you so much, BPP, for for contributing to my family. I appreciate you. They donated $25. If you missed it, I actually put in the Discord last night. I did a tag, but I didn't want to like add everyone. So I didn't want to add everyone. So I just did like a here. But if you missed it, a picture of the bed that I got for my son on Prime Day is actually in the Discord. Right here. That's his new bed. So my youngest now has a big boy bed. He now has a big boy bed. This was $180 on Amazon. It's surprisingly good quality, but $180 on Amazon for the bed. He now has a bed. We got it on Prime Day, and thanks to you, we're basically paying off that credit card. Appreciate you. Yep, here it is. Cute little JT in his bed. And got his little bookshelf up there, and there's his old crib right next to him. Well, this is from last night, Erwin. I mean, he's not asleep now. It's 1:30. He actually might be napping, but that's the bed. He's got his own spaceship. Definitely cooler than any bed I had as a kid. I know, Nick. Crazy thing is, like, LEDs are so cheap. You can buy like 50-foot strips of LEDs for like $1. I mean, not $1, but you know what I mean. Like, LEDs are so cheap that, you know, you can have some really cool things now, and he's got a neat little bed. So got my son a new dresser on Prime Day, all wood. It was like adult Legos to assemble. I do love Legos. The only thing I say, that the assembly took me and my wife 3-ish hours. How many Novas you plan on getting? Probably 2. I've already got 1 ready to go. Probably end up with 2. Yeah, forgot time difference. Yeah, for me, it's 1:30 p.m. right now, 1:30 p.m. For those curious, I have requested with the Overlords for there to be an event store and event store currency for incursions to get passed out, since incursions isn't happening. You hamster. All right. But yeah, I'll probably end up with 2 Novas. And Thiep, I'm glad you like it. It's people like you, Thiep, who allow me to be able to do stuff like that for my kids. So a big thank you. A big thank you. He's so tiny in that bed. That is, and I will say that my youngest son, he is small. Like, he is in the lower percentile in terms of height and everything. But that is a full-size bed? Full-size, I think? Yeah, it's a full-size bed. So, 3 hours and 8 arguments. Nope, 0 arguments. 0 arguments. We managed to make the bed building with no arguments. It's crazy. It was crazy. If you're going to buy the 3rd FC slot, it makes a lot of sense to just buy the event store currency pack. Yeah, sure, Dustin. If that's the logic you want to approach it from, sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. About not every pack being $150? Well, they're not. There's $20 packs. But the goal is to get people to spend $100. And then once somebody spends $100 once, they're likely to do it again. And that is the MO for this game. Right, wrong, pretty ugly, whatever. That's just how they operate. Let me see. Do I have anything to upgrade? No. Dang it. I was really hoping. I'm 2 away. I was really hoping the dual generators would be enough. And I am close to taking the O'Brien dartboard to max. So that's something. Hopefully the event store incursion happens. I'm 1 shard from Odo. Was planning on getting it during incursion before they announced the cancellation. Well, I did push that. I'm like, hey, we need that for doing the building and everything. Players are going to be missing that. And I realize that maybe not everybody likes incursions, but everybody does benefit from incursions with the various exocomps and the event store. So I will spend the rest of the day pushing to make that happen. I started my Nova BP collection now as I have my Fed locked. Congrats. Yeah, I've got all the ships ready for 52 and 53. Like, I've already got them. So now it's just waiting. I never get the Metreon pull. That's really annoying. Guys, since I seriously never get the Metreon pull. 40 minutes before I can do that. All right. All my timers being out of whack is really annoying. We maxed out Grush now transporter patterns. Congrats, Mark. Congratulations. Let's see if we got something we can throw in. Saving up for this one. I need rares for this. I might actually be able to do a trade down with epics. Let me see if I got any epics I can do a trade down with. If I can get that whole health boost. Mirror trade downs. Nope. Already did it. Already did it. Does my artifact say I can't use their abilities until my artifact building is level 38? Yep, there is that. I mean, I've got one now. Like, so my artifact building is 50, which is as high as I can take it. You see, like my tendrils, I need 54. So you do run into some of those walls. One of my big walls was getting to 50. And when I got to 50, that opened up several of them for me. So that was a big help. But yeah, there's definitely always going to be stuff like that. Go pull a Mirror Refinery Forbidden Tech. Let's see how much tier up calories it gives you. I can't do that for, I think, another 4 hours. So. Timers. I wish they were all synced, but sadly they're not. All right, do this one. Let's do Deceptive. All right, we need to, we'll get Lursa. We need to, please just show me people who are available. I wish this stayed this way all the time. Might not be that way for everybody, but I personally prefer that if it just stayed always showing. All right, let's do Wesley Crusher. I never use them. I might as well use them for something. Working my way to epic efficiencies, as the Tribune is going to be expensive. You're right, Valhalla, it is. But if you're doing your efficiencies, it's honestly not too bad. If you keep up with all your efficiencies, it's honestly not too bad. I don't have any charismatics available. Now we'll just do attack. Here we go. Here we go. And all right, all locked in. Let me go ahead and start collecting these. I will finish my dailies out. Still got to go do my Q trials though. Don't forget your Q trials. They're very important, y'all. Do not forget your Q trials. Very important. All right, so there we go. That's done. And then more clicks. Wish I could do this all at once. Be nice. Oh well. How often are ship plan epic away missions? The RNG is quite low. Yeah, and then I still get ships that I would never even build anymore. Not even needing them. So this is love my tribute. No regrets for getting that bird. I don't either. I mean, again, I know it's my personal style, but I'm a firm believer in playing slower, and I find people really enjoy the slower gameplay. So it works for me, and because of that, I got all my stuff ready, free to play, and I enjoyed it. But I've also slowed down. There are plenty of people who have now leveled past me because of that. So, all right, we'll complete this. If I get my battle pass stuff done, I am a couple days behind on the battle pass. Many of you are probably ahead of me. I'm trying to play catch up. See, most of y'all are probably already getting close to milestone 20. I am not. There's more welding hardware. But until I get an SA, that doesn't matter. And ship parts. All right, we got that done. This one, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. I have been saving up for a few days, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. Death to the Federation. We need to go grind hostiles. Fed hostiles specifically, which is good. Because I actually need to do this. Fed hostiles. Shattered AOB. Yeah, I could help my alliance do that. But let me go grind some regular hostiles. Where are you at right now? All right, you're here. We're going to send you out to Fed Space. Once you do a little bit of grinding while we answer all the nice people in the chat's questions. Because they like when we answer their questions. Hostiles. 9 minutes. That's a long time. Screw it. Let's go. 10 minutes. Are you PvP? Am I PvPing right now? I'm not at the moment. No. I'm actually about to send out this ship for some Voyager mining. Can we PvP? I mean, good. Actually, I need to go do the Voyager summoning. So I'm going to come back over to this ship. And I don't have Neelix, but oh well. Neelix is on another ship. And I'm going to be inefficient today. Y'all can judge me. It's fine. Feel free to judge Rev. But I'm going to go be inefficient with my summonings. Be mining beryllium sphere to fly around, and what kind of energy we'll need for the Mega 13? Don't have the answers to that, Devtron. nor do I have Lieutenant Picard sourcing for higher level players. My Neelix is another castle. Yeah, it's in the Tribune. And the Tribune is currently on a 10-minute flight. So, yeah. And there's sadly not really any territories for me to OPC hunt until people start recapturing. Who's grabbed territory so far? HAL, Feds, and Exco have done territories so far. Judging Rev, that's my second favorite thing to do. What's your favorite thing to do, Sugar Fat Man? What's your favorite thing to do? I would love to see a one-button decrewing option. That's fair. I can definitely see value in that. Definitely see value in that. All right. Can we please change up Swarm Sunday? Well, I have mixed feelings on that. It's my opinion that you should just get to a point where you just stop doing Swarm Sunday because you don't need it anymore. Like, a lot of times we talk about, and I think it's true, that there's too much to do in this game. But at the same time, there are things that we should start leaving behind. I think once the rewards no longer apply to you in Swarm Sunday, you should move on from Swarm Sunday. I don't do Swarm Sunday. Now, I do things on Sundays, but not swarms. I think if you move past something, you should let it, let it be moved. That's just me, my opinion. But I think it's good to have content that just kind of like fades out, fades to black. Auto grinding, I would love more auto grinding, people. I would. Technically, I have the Texas hostile systems, but that's rough. That takes a lot out of you. And I actually don't think I have a D3 or anything. I need to build another D3 to level up, or at least an auger or an enterprise. I need another enterprise. May actually come back in here. What I said I was going to start doing is in my away team store, it's pulling enterprise ABPs, because until they add 5-star ships in here, I've got nothing else to spend this on. So I'll scope to give out Cardassian Battle Pass events for G5 players when top hostiles 50 or 51, because that was the replacement to worms. If you want the answer, am I telling you it's a good answer? No, I'm just answering your question. I'm just answering your question. Click. Oh, I need to do more regular armadas, especially since I plan on going G5 here pretty soon. More regular armadas. Have another 2-star trials, but the building is level 49. Hey, you need to go do those trials, Joseph. Go do those trials. You need a skin that you put on ship and it marks it as an enemy in faction space. That's an idea. Something that could definitely be brought up to an overlord. That's an idea. Collect. And collect. Please give me rares. Nice. The biggest grind I have at the moment are Borg probes and Voyager. Those are what I dislike the most. Time consuming. Then we have waves. I wish there was a speed option. Just start at wave 5. That's fair. Especially if you are in the upper 40s and it's easy to get to wave, 7, even wave 10. It would be nice to do that. I agree. Auto grinding is the reason I haven't and won't triple faction lock. Why? You have 2 places to auto grind that have nothing to do with factions. Right here. Right here. Definitely would recommend triple faction locking. Triple faction locking is why I have Nova, Vorch, and Northcut and Corvus all ready to go, even though I'm not 52/53 yet. There's already multiple areas to auto grind that pay out good. I would say pretty good amounts of XP, especially if you've done the XP research. Remember, there are a lot of researchers for XP. So, like this one that I haven't finished. So let me wait. I was working on. Yeah, I was working on. No, it wasn't this. What was I wanting to save that for? Was it the hull? No. Until I can figure out what it was, let's go ahead and do it. Because it's a pretty cheap one. That way I can actually get something going. Texas Space Hostile is difficult for G4 ships trying to level up. For early G4 ships, yes. Later G4 ships, you can definitely do it. So if you are in the earlier range, now I would just recommend using, you know, a place like Yarda, which is what a lot of people end up doing. All right, so is there a trader in here? Yep. Grab that first. Appreciate them letting me keep the points for my double wave VP. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm 13,000 ROM credits and finishing out my last level 53 ship free to play. Love that, Graduate Katie. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome. You autographed faction rep. Nice. Very nice. I just don't really feel like I need to. I'll pop an exo comp and I'm good to go. I get plenty. Like rep, even though it's annoying, I don't struggle with rep. I also have a lot of the rep researches. I pop a rep exo comp, you know, and here's all my reps. I'm level 50, but I've got 2 billion in ROM, you know, about to be back at Guardian. I've already was at Guardian, then I dumped it back down to bring Federation to 1 billion. I don't have that as an issue because, well, I have, you know, a nice Tribune and I send it on out there, like way out there. And it gets, you know, 1 to 2 million a run with an exocomp active. And if I bring my Pylum, I'm getting, you know, I've gotten anywhere from 50 to 100 million an hour, depending on what ship I'm using. Walter says, you kids don't even realize how easy you have it today. We didn't have all this auto grinding and stuff 5 years ago. And this is true. We did not. It actually is a lot easier now. It was a nice quality of life update for them to do that. It was truly a nice quality of life update. Much prefer to let the game play itself. That's fine. My only rebuttal is you're missing out on a lot of currencies. But there's pros and cons to both methods. I say it all the time. There's more than one way to play the game. Just like there's a $2 bill out there. Some old man gave a $2 bill to one of my kids, which, what is it with old guys and $2 bills? But anyway, I have an actual $2 bill now. That's the thing. What is it with old people giving kids $2 bills? Is that like a thing? Is that like an Illuminati thing? Is that actually like a signal? Am I right in remembering the only field repairs are the 42s? No. You've got the ASAs for all the uncommons, so G4, G5, G6, and the G5 epics. So, I get your Voyager up here. Crush. This guy right here. And then obviously all my research. But having done all my Voyager research and Grush. Voyager research and Grush. Depending on what crew you want to load out with, you could actually get it out even further. But again, that depends on what crew you want to try to load it out with. $1 coins too. I don't think my kids have ever gotten handed a $1 coin. Having crash from 53 uncommons in, don't use the 42s often enough to make the investment worth it. Yeah, so if you go to your refits menu, you can see them. Unlock more. And ship abilities. Field repairs. Kelvin, the Daradex, your Corvus, your Akira. So you've got it for all the uncommons so far and the G5 epics. Enterprise, Rotaran. Yeah. Yeah. My son brought home about $22 bills one day. Hey, if that's like some kind of thing, I'll take $2 bills. Sure. I'll never turn down free $2 bills. Thank you for the $2 bill, Mr. Old Man at the Walmart market. Yeah. It was just different. It was not the first time it's happened. I switch alliance, so I lose my alliance points. You do. Yes. So just like I switched alliances, I'm now rebuilding my points to get back to 10 million. While only uncommon G5 epics, that's just what they've released so far. I'm sure more are in the loop. But since I don't even have the reputation, it doesn't really matter for me because I am not Spy Master. I am 56,000 away from Spy Master. Need that Syndicate XP. I need to do more waves. The constant thing with me, I need to do more waves. You want your Rubik's Cube Borg skin? Feels like you're playing Ready Player One more than you are Star Trek Fleet Command, Walter. Played the party? Galaxy Cross, really? Yes, Ben. Really? The weapons and ships get bonus to stay active all the time on unlock. Yes, so they're basically like researches, Wolf. They're essentially like researches. Give us more info. Why New Alliance? There's no drama, and I'm just simply tired of... I'm sorry, Pablo. I've had to explain this 400 times. There's no drama. I just changed alliances. There's no drama. Quit looking for drama. Be nice if they made solo waves. I can see the value in that. Yeah. I love running it with my group, though. Like, I'll always choose the group option. There's already a way to source Borg Cube in the event store. Do you mean besides that? Do we know the cost in Section 1 store for the repairs? It is listed in my Discord. I don't have it memorized, so maybe somebody in the chat can help you out. From Toss 701, shout out to you, Keena. How you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great day. Solo waves sound cool. I mean, it's anything that people would enjoy, I'm down for. If you'd enjoy it, then I would enjoy it. I love the group aspect of waves and formation armadas. But I understand that there's sometimes like, you just need to get something done. You just need to get something done, right? And finding a group of 4 people to get you to wave 10 or to get to wave 10 with you may be difficult. So, say, how much am I getting? I'm probably getting a few 100,000 for that. That's cool. I can live with that. And then, did I finish that event already? Yep, didn't take long at all. District 56 building. I might end up getting 2 shards of 7 of 9. I mean, whoopee, but I might. I just might. Supply run. Let's see how people are doing on their supply run. Wow. That's a lot of points. 18 million points. How much is that? Calculator. That's going to be getting the FC slot, right? Yep. FC slot. I knew that was right. 18 million is the current top for this one. All for some Janeway shards and a Klingon Cardassian badge. Yeah. Hey, getting booed every time I try to get in a wave. Yeah, organization is definitely key, and I hate alliances that don't help their lower levels in waves. I really do. Everybody out there should be helping their lower levels do their waves. It's pretty awful that there are alliances out there that, you know, just don't allow their lower levels to participate in such an important facet of the game right now. I hate that. The information on temper car sourcing. Already answered that. No. Already answered that like 3 times. No, I don't have any info on that. I mean, I'm too high level on any of my accounts except one account that's like level 4. I haven't seen anything there. So I'll have to ask overlords. Lower level is very good against traders and waves. Exactly, Alex. And that's the main strategy for them. But, oh yes, Cerritos Wednesday. I need to be doing Cerritos boosting. Oh man, I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about that. It's Cerritos Day. All right, I'm going to have to just go start randomly boosting things. I completely forgot about that. It's Cerritos boosting day. All right. Boost. Just to get it boosted. That sounds great. I love that you have an alliance. Yes. That is focused on helping out the lowers. That is how, in my opinion, it should be. But sadly, that's not the case for everybody. Got the free FC slot yesterday. Thoughts on what to spend the remainder on? Tier up Catalyst. Did you see the video I did, Ken Slayer? I kind of laid out my opinion on everything as we do every event store month. Tier up Catalyst is definitely not a bad choice. Definitely not a bad choice. Summon. We'll keep hitting. Any capital system fulfills a serious event? I mean, yeah. But I have a tier 12 Cerritos, so I have a special event that I have to complete. So I have a special event that I've got to complete. Once you get to level 50 and have a tier 12 Cerritos, you get a second contact elite, and the final milestone pays out a basically kind of like a Cerritos prime currency. They're not technically primes, they're like prime lights. So that's what I'm currently pushing for. And click, click. So I'm actually like the end of Cerritos content. Like I'm at the point now where I don't have a lot of Cerritos content left. Ops 35, and yet I have the Cerritos event popping up even though you can't build it until Ops 36. Yeah, take advantage of getting those blueprints, Crusader. Get those blueprints, my friend. Do the California class event, get those blueprints. That way you can build it when you hit 36. Absolutely. All right, go over here. Spam it. Just spam it. Just spam it. All right, can we redo? All right, reboost. And click. See, here's mine. But the currency I'm going after, I'll go to the Cerritos menu and show y'all who haven't seen this one. Ooh, gotta go do our mission key today. Is this one. And I'm wanting these right here, the rare Culver particle. And they're just specific researches that you need the rare Culver particles for. So that's what I'm trying to obtain. Also, daily mission key. I'll go claim it if you haven't already. There's your reminder. Daily mission key. I was being at war with Huck on server 30. Okay. Random, but okay. I know of Huck. I've never talked to him. I think I've talked to him a couple times. It's probably been 2 or 3 years ago, but I can't say like we're close or anything. Trial with Combat XO when I first saw it, but it didn't count, so I have no idea what it wants from me. Curious. Okay. Curious. I'm somewhat disappointed there are no more SLBs for the chits. I won't be able to get the FC slot now. Let me see what events are left. We have the sheet. There is a SLB. Mirror mileage. Mirror mileage on July 27th. Mirror mileage on July 27th. So there is one. Dad joke. Gotta come to the Twitch stream for those. Got mirror mileage. So you do have one more SLB that is listed as coming. Wish more ship events for like serious events. Start sourcing the BPs before you hit the ops. I agree. Yeah, you traveling in the MU. Hey, they said they wanted an SLB. They didn't say what kind. I'm simply giving the answer. Simply giving the answer. Who's from the Actian Chrysalis counts? It's true. If you do your Actian grind, that also counts. Take your Mantis out and do your Actian grind. Best rep grinding crew plus below decks is going to be Enterprise E Picard, Enterprise E Data, full synergy Enterprise E crew. No, well, depends. Enterprise E Data, Enterprise E Picard is captain, Enterprise E Data, 5 of 11, and then below decks, EMH, Freeman, Daddy Freeman, and I feel like there's one more that I'm forgetting. I feel like there's one more I'm forgetting. Man, it's unlocked yet. Well, that is exactly why I'm pushing for the event store for incursions to run no matter what. Kim, also another one. Is E-Troy or E-Data better with Picard for surveys? E-Data. I got your Cerritos grinding Actians. Me too, Eric. That's actually how I got mine as well. Because oh, that reminds me. I got more ships I need to build. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Where's my Enterprise? Sorry, I just got sidetracked. All right, I am 31 away. I need to build another one. Need to build another one. Let me go ahead and summon. Trying to multitask here. And then do another boost. So we can get this grind in. You spent a ton, but not very much in the last 6 months due to an actual word, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Insane Bean. Exactly. Yeah, that's right. You should feel like you're getting value for your purchase. Absolutely. Absolutely. Him and Fat Borg on the side, but not below would work. That's another one. So like if you wanted a second rep crew, you could do like Janeway, him for a second rep crew. Finally made it here towards the end. Just got my ISIS jelly last week. Any idea when I get my first jelly brawl? Next month. Next month. All right, y'all. It is wrap up time. That's a little bit past wrap up time, but appreciate y'all. If you have more comments and questions, remember we'll be streaming on Twitch tonight, or you can hit me up on Discord or Facebook. Any of those are available to you. I appreciate all of y'all. We got to wrap up. I'm gonna go check on my kids. It's also right at the end of my son's nap time. So live long and plunder. Stay safe out there, Space Cowboys. Tried to say two things at once. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next one. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you later.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.